Have you ever felt that spine-tingling sensation of being watched, as if eyes beyond your sight were tracking your every move? I always dismissed it as superstition until a single night turned my skepticism upside down. Moving into my cozy new apartment was supposed to be the start of a fresh chapter in my life, but there was one detail that tinged this new beginning with an unsettling experience: the bathroom mirror. At first, it seemed like any ordinary mirror, reflecting the daily hustle and bustle of my life. But as I settled into my new home, I began to notice something peculiar. My reflection didn't synchronize perfectly with my movements. It seemed almost slack, as if it had a mind of its own. It would smile when I didn't, a cheerful expression frozen on its surface while I stood there, mouth agape in confusion. One particularly eerie night, I found myself brushing my teeth at midnight, a habitual ritual that usually brought a calming sense of normalcy. As I glanced into the mirror, however, something caught my eye. A pale girl with long dark hair stood behind me, her empty eyes locked onto mine, a haunting smile stretching across her lips. My heart raced. I whipped around, expecting to find a friend playing a prank, but the room was empty. I felt a chill cascade down my spine, an unsettling blend of fear and confusion freezing me in place. I couldn't shake off the image of that girl, nor the chilling smile that lingered long after I turned away. That night, sleep evaded me. Thoughts churned restlessly in my mind, and the darkness felt heavier, like a cloak pressing down on my chest. With every creak of the apartment settling, I imagined that girl standing silently by my bed, watching, waiting. The next day, I delved into online searches about mirrors and hauntings, trying to find an explanation for what I had witnessed. I read countless articles about reflections, folklore, and the unsettling connection mirrors have with the supernatural. Yet, I found no comforting answers, only more questions swirling in my mind. Determined to rid myself of this eerie presence, I took drastic action a week later. I covered the mirror with a thick blanket, hoping that this would serve as a barrier between my reality and whatever that girl represented. I promised myself that I would never look into the mirror again, convinced that I could erase her from my life. But old habits die hard. Late at night, when shadows dance across the walls and the silence seems to whisper secrets, I still catch glimpses of her lurking in unexpected reflections. On my phone screen, in a window, or even in polished surfaces around the apartment. The thought sends shivers down my spine. Is she still watching me? Is she bound to this place? Or am I somehow entwined in her ghostly existence? I find myself peering cautiously into mirrors, half curious, half terrorized, always bracing for that supernatural encounter. It grows harder to shake the feeling that she lingers just out of view, waiting for the moment I let my guard down. Each time I try to brush it off, I cannot shake the feeling that something is amiss, that the veil separating our worlds is more fragile than it seems. Perhaps there is a reason that many cultures have warned against gazing too deeply into mirrors, suggesting that they are portals between realms, the edges of our reality and something else entirely. So, if you ever see something weird in a mirror, maybe don't look twice. You never know what, or who, might be watching back. Be cautious. After all, the deeper you gaze into your reflection, the more you might invite the unknown into your life. I've learned that the line between reality and something far more unsettling can be incredibly thin. And who knows? Perhaps one day the girl in the mirror will finally step through that glass and leave the confines of her world behind.